I'm Mo Rocca. Please join us when our trumpet sounds again next Sunday morning.
I'm Kcbs in Washington, and this week on Face the Nation, President Trump gets a big Independence Day win as his one big beautiful bill is signed into law, and devastating flash floods killed dozens in Texas. Tragedy this holiday weekend as flash floods sweep through parts of Texas, killing at least 50, including 15 children, some of whom were at summer camp. We'll have the latest. Then, after a long week lobbying for votes and cutting deals with his fellow Republicans, the president spent the 4th of July celebrating the nation's 249th birthday by enacting his signature tax cut and spending plan.
It's really promises made, promises kept, and we've kept them.
But Democrats and even some Republicans are not happy with the bill's projected debt and deficit increases, cuts to Medicaid, and other provisions. We'll talk with the head of the White House Economic Council, Kevin Hassett, and New York centrist Democratic Congressman Tom Suozzi about his party's plan to build on voter apprehension about the new law. Finally, CBS Evening News co-anchor John Dickerson talks to filmmaker and historian Ken Burns about his new project as America moves towards marking our 250th year.
The American Revolution is the most important event since the birth of Christ in all of world history.
He'll explain why the lessons learned by our forefathers still apply today. It's all just ahead on Face the Nation. Good morning and welcome to Face the Nation. Margaret is out today. I'm Kcbs. We've got a lot to get to, but we do want to begin with the unfolding disaster in Texas, where officials say at least 50 people are dead and dozens are missing after devastating flash floods. CBS News correspondent Jason Allen reports from Kerrville, Texas.
More than 1,300 state and local emergency responders are still desperately searching the banks of the Guadalupe River this morning, marking cars and homes, picking through piles of debris, trying to find survivors of a historic and deadly flash flood. The deluge that began early Friday morning caused the usually tranquil river to rise 26 feet in only 45 minutes.
We're at Camp Mystic looking for our kids.
Much of the focus is on this summer camp, where more than 24 third and fourth grade girls are still missing. Their parents are desperately searching.
And then we're looking for places that they're going to potentially be alive. There's over 20 of them still out there.
Kerr County does not have an outdoor warning system. That's typically the sirens that are used to alert people to tornadoes or other strong storms. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, who has been a part of discussions about changing the federal government's role in responding to major disasters, said that the weather alert system needs to be updated to give people more time and more warning ahead of extreme weather.
The National Weather Service has indicated that with that and NOAA that we needed to renew this ancient system that has been left in place with the federal government for many, many years, and that is the reforms that are ongoing.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott has now signed an expanded disaster declaration order. You can see there is a little bit of rain here in the area this morning, but it's not expected to be anything like we saw the past couple of days, Ouija. And although officials say that this is still an active rescue mission, they acknowledge that as the hours go by, it becomes less and less likely that they will find anyone alive.
Our hearts are with all those families. Jason Allen in Kerrville, Texas, thank you. We turn now to Kevin Hassett. He is the director of the National Economic Council and one of President Trump's top advisors. He's also very popular on that driveway where I'm usually alongside about a dozen reporters. So, Kevin, thank you so much for your time this morning. I want to start with trade because there's a big deadline coming up on Wednesday. As you know, that 90-day pause on reciprocal tariffs that the president announced back in April is set to end So far, the U.S. has announced a few deals, the UK, Vietnam, and you're inching closer to a final agreement with China. Do you expect to get any more deals done with America's biggest trading partners by Wednesday?
Yeah, first, I do have to take a pause and share your thoughts and prayers with the people of Texas. It's an incredible, heartbreaking story, and Kristi Noem and the president have instructed the federal government to throw everything they've got at helping the survivors and helping clean up that place. And so anyway, I'm really heartbroken today to see these stories, and I want you to know that in the White House, everybody is putting every effort they can into helping the people of Texas today. On trade, there's going to be quite a bit of news this week, and I think the headline